Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Onyx Path Twitch, where we have gathered this morning for a game of They Came From. Now, is this normally our Cyclops' Cave game? Yes. Are we still playing Cyclops' Cave? Kind of. We're taking an Interstellar Interlude. They came from the RPG Anthology. It's now out in POD and PDF. We're going to be taking a little stroll to the side of our story, and things may wind up circling back around to that main tale or impacting the main tale. We'll see how things go. But before we get into it, let's go ahead and meet our players. We'll kick it off with MK. Please tell us who you are, what you do, your pronouns, and anything you would care to promote.
I'm MK Anderson, she, her. I am the former managing editor of Onyx Path Publishing, and I'm a current editor of a light novel and comics publisher. And I think the only thing I have to promote is eventually there's going to be a manga out called Catman. It's very, very good, uh, and I would like you to pick it up. So thank you.
Excellent. Keep your eyes out for Catman. Um, And next up, that brings us around to Millie. Your pertinence, please.
Sure. Hi, I'm Millie and or Bunny Hearted. She and her, or she and them, or they and her are both great for me. I'm a trans retro anime bunny girl villain VTuber. I don't have anything cool to promote right now. Y'all should like get some water and like check your posture and be nice to you and like check in with your bodies under the auspices of all of the things happening in the world. You only got one of those things. Take care of it. There you go.
That
Thank you.
is stellar advice. If you'll,
Your
if you'll,
stellar advice. Your face is stellar
oh,
advice, not just because we're in space.
you're too
But that
kind.
doesn't hurt.
It helps, yeah.
And speaking of too kind, Kelly, your pertinence, please.
Okay, screw you, buddy. Hi, how's it going, everybody? I'm Kelly. I'm the host over at Dork Tales, where we run a ton of stuff that you should go watch. Like in like 2 hours. We do a ton of Durgans and Dungeons. We do a ton of Chronicles of Darkness. We have World of Darkness Wednesdays, where you can watch Transylvania Chronicles or Mage the Ascension of the Victorian Age. We're pretty rad. I'm constantly tempted to run a vampire game that'll actually like, besides Dark Ages. I like Dark Ages for some reason. What you should do, he and him, and you should go check us out either tonight at 7 or tomorrow at 7, where we are going to be doing some Durganing in D&D with Vecna Eve of Ruin, which is the worst module I've ever ran on the channel, but we're having fun in Barovia tonight. And tomorrow night is our Wild West game, Cold Iron, which is actually good. Both shows are good. It's just that Vecna is
Both shows are good, but the
oh
plot of
my
Cold
god.
Iron is good.
All of Cold Iron is good because I wrote it. Vecna Eve of Ruin is the dumbest thing that I've ever played on the channel, and it's just all letting the cast blow things up and me go, I guess it was supposed to be this easy. That's me.
I did have a lot of fun joining it for a little bit. The cats are a ton of fun, but like crapes. Yeah, I read ahead and I was just like, why? Why?
Yep.
I have not read Eve of Vecna. I'll have to check that out. Based on your glowing recommendation, I will have to give that a read.
I'm going to do an entire breakdown rant video about it sometime in the next 6 months. So you'll be able to watch it then with me angry video game nerding about it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Speaking of angry nerding, let's blow off some steam in the stars. I had sent you all some pre-generated characters at the beginning of today's session. Did any of them call out to you? And we'll kick that off. We'll go in the same order. MK, did any of the pre-gens really speak to you? Is there anyone that leapt out as like, I want to play that one?
Has anybody called dibs on the technician?
I see a resounding bunch of nopes. So, technician is all yours if you'd like.
Awesome.
Do you have a name in mind for your technician?
Oh, goodness. Say Aaron. And I don't have time for a comedy name for it.
Sure, Aaron is
Aaron.
fine. That's fine. Aaron, we'll call you Aaron Star Smasher. How's that sound?
Hell yeah.
Sound like something somebody made up smoking too much pot in the 70s? Um, how about Kelly? You got an idea for which one you
I
would
want to.
prefer?
I want to be the robot.
Excellent. Any objection to the robot from Millie?
Oh, no, not at all. I want to be the alien.
I also want to give you. I will put an extra rewrite in the pool because you properly pronounced robot.
Robot?
As anyone who watched a lot of Twilight Zone can tell you, that is the proper pronunciation. And Millie, did you pick out which character you would like?
I think I want to be an alien. I don't have a name in mind, so okay. I'm just gonna be Honey Barted. Nailed it.
Honey
No one will
Barded? I
know.
love it. I love it.
How would they know?
It's your not so secret identity.
Could be anybody.
Could be. You never know. Wonderful. So we have our robot, our alien, and our technician. I notably, none of you took the space ace, and that's okay.
I don't have the energy this morning to be a space ace.
Because I will control the space ace for as long as they happen to make it through the adventure.
Uh-oh.
You will note I sent you some starship traits on the email that I sent you.
You totally did, and I totally didn't download those.
Oh, that's okay.
I got everything else, but no starship traits.
They're in the body of the email. That's why you didn't download them.
Yeah.
I made the brilliant idea of opening my office window because it's remarkably like 68 degrees right now outside. It's kind of perfect in Illinois. Don't worry, it's going to be 21 on Sunday. But so I'm trying to soak in a little bit of spring. Maybe. But the wind is blowing my book, so I'm sorry if the pages get loud. So our show opens. You have a space hauler. What, if anything, would you like the name of your ship to be? Do you have an idea for a ship's name? Anybody?
We can all choose a word.
You could all choose a word, and that could be the name. Do you have a word in mind, Millie, to kick us off?
It would be way cooler if I did, but I don't. So you know what, jaunty. Jaunty is a great word.
Okay, the jaunty. MK, you got a second word?
Oh gosh. I'm gonna say mule. There's an old space game called
Copper.
Mule. Yeah.
I'm going to go with Copper so he can be the jaunty Copper Mule.
Awesome. Jaunty Copper
Excellent.
Mule. All right. The Jaunty Copper Mule is trucking along through space. You have some cargo that you picked up at a space station a couple of light years back that you were meant to be smuggling to a galactic resistance base. You have not been told what the cargo is, and your captain, who we shall call Captain Reynolds, because I'm out of cute names myself. Captain Reynolds didn't ask, didn't care, just put it in the docking bay and let it sit, and none of us will poke at it, and it'll be fine, right?
A shockingly irresponsible captain.
Shockingly irresponsible. Unfortunately for you, not long after you left space dock, you discovered that you had a tracking beacon on the cargo itself. When you dropped out of hyperspace to remove the beacon and get rid of it, there was a Empire ship waiting for you. It ambushed you. It's shot you up pretty bad. Your ship is pretty beaten. While your ship has 9 injuries, normally right now you are down to 3. You're zipping along, doing your best to try to survive. Everyone at their battle stations. Do any of you want to be on weaponry?
Oh, heavens, no. I'm a robot. I'm in medical.
What about honey barded?
No one else will take it. Honey is happy to dramatically hold the weapons. Hang on, let me get into a dramatic uniform about it. There we go. There we go.
Oh, yes.
Perfect.
Glorious.
Perfect. Specifically prepared for this. Captain, let me at them.
Excellent. Please do. Lock and load. You slide down.
Oh, dice rolling.
Your gun turret. Is there anything that our technician, Aaron, is there something that you would like to be doing, perhaps trying to keep the ship in one piece during this? I think we got you muted.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see if I can't do some repairs, maybe get a couple of our injuries back, maybe.
Glorious. And then what will the robot be bringing to the party during this phase of the scrap?
All right, so we're shaking from side to side. Is there any? He's going to be just trying to do like helping with technical repairs as well. So any assisting basically. What's your
Wonderful.
technology? How good are you at tech? 'Cause you're the
I've got
technician, right?
Yeah, I've got 3 dots,
I've got
which
I've
is
got
about
4. I have more than the tech person. What the hell?
Well, some of that's because you need to fix yourself. But
That's
what
true.
you can
That's true.
do if you want to assist the engineer in repairs is you would roll your technology plus whichever attribute you would like to pair that with for
Okay.
our robot, and
For a
then
robot?
you would yes. So you go ahead and roll that.
Oh my! You excuse me. Aaron, do you need a hand? Here, have mine. And he'll detach his arm and hand it over so that so that Aaron can reach deeper into the machinery.
and I'm just, taking it and whacking it against the
That is exactly what that dice roll says that you do, because that is all nothing. Unless
got-
we're on 7s.
Oh
Nope,
no.
we're on 8s. Did you get a 1?
Nope. Well, then it's bupkis.
Did any of you dice come up a 1?
Yes.
Excellent. So you remove your hand and hand it off to Aaron.
Here you are.
And you point out a critical system that you're fairly certain is the best place for her to begin her repairs. You gain 2 rewrites, so you got that going for you. That brings your total up to 6 now because you did get the extra one for saying robot. And now Aaron does get to make a repair roll, so you can take your technology, whichever attribute you'd like to pair it with, and you will get enhancement on this roll equal to your bond with the robot. So you should have bonds written down at the bottom. Your should be like one character will have a 2, and then it'll say everyone else
I have 2
1.
for the technician.
Yep. So you would add. I think you're muted. Or I don't think you're muted. I'm just not hearing you. That's odd. Yep. Nothing.
I don't hear either.
Nothing on the mic.
Hello.
Oh, I heard
Okay,
that.
Yeah,
we got
there we
it.
go. Yeah.
Is that might not be good sound?
That's okay.
It's a little bit crackly, but that's okay. We're in space.
And
the
I think-
radio signal, it is degrading.
And I think we're getting it on the call worse than they're getting it on the Twitch because I have filters and stuff in. So
Okay.
Whoa.
So yeah, I'll I think I only have 1 with the robot. So that would be 1.
Why don't you like me as much as I like you?
That's just how some relationships go, baby.
That's bullshit.
Let's see.
We will talk about this later, assuming there is a later. Hold on, I have
Yeah.
something stuck in my throat. Hello there, now we're being Matt Berry. Good, all right. Man.
So are we going to be able to use, could I use cunning? Because this is sort of an on the fly thing.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. You are patching this sucker together. So you can absolutely use cunning. I would recommend also feel free to look up your tropes and consider using any of the cinematics if you feel appropriate. But for now, you can just make your roll as well.
Okay, so I think I've got 7 plus the 1 enhancement from the bond. And was there any other enhancement? Did I get
No, you got
any
nothing from the botch yet.
amazing?
So you got 7?
Yeah, I've got, well, I'm actually rolling 8 dice because I used cunning technology
Okay.
and then the bond, so 8d10. So, and ones don't remove.
Ones do not remove successes.
Okay, so I've got 2 successes.
Awesome. You are able to restore 2 injuries to the ship as you're sort of banging on things and putting things together, but you realize kind of too late that while you have increased the hull integrity, you have done so at the stability of your hyperdrive. So the ship is going to start overheating very, very quickly. And we'll get into those consequences momentarily because we're cutting down into the gun turret where Honey has slid down a ladder, not using any of the rungs, just grabbing the sides and sliding down, as one
Dramatically, of
does
course.
in these situations, and drop into your gunnery seat. And you swing around so that you can see outside, and you realize the sheer mass of it, as there's effectively a horizon about this high for you that just goes as far as you can see both ways of the bottom of this ship,
Is that the Empire ship?
the Empire ship that's above you.
Captain, this thing is too large.
Yeah, for some reason they dropped like a full battle cruiser on us. I don't know what to do. See if you can take out their sensors.
We'll attempt to do just that. I'ma shoot it.
All right, go ahead and give me an aim roll and pair that with what you.
I technically have aim. Probably, I guess, just using dexterity for this.
All right, let's do it.
Not gonna be a good roll. Okay, although I got 3. Like, let's go for 4 dice. I'll take 3. I got a 10 and a 9. Let's go.
Excellent. You fire the cannons, and you can see the bullets sort of ripping along the bottom of the ship itself, and you can kind of walk it along and wind up going over and hitting one of their sensor dishes. So you're pretty sure you have.
Pew-pewed successfully, sir.
He says, "That's great. That's the best news I've heard all day. Why is the engine on fire? Can somebody tell me why the engine just hit 800 Kelvin, please?"
It's 800 Kelvin.
Was he talking to me? Should I help with that? I'm helping you right now, Aaron.
Anyone could help. I'm just worried about things overheating. These systems are very sensitive, and if we can't get that temperature down, something terrible. And then you hear, "Come on!"
Oh, just tell me about it.
There's something terrible in the engine, sir.
Hello?
You were right.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, are you still there? Are you still with us?
Can you hear me now? Hello?
You
Hello?
hear nothing. You also feel the ship start to kick a little bit more with each impact as the phaser fire is bouncing off of what's left of your hull.
Awesome. I think the robot might be a little bit more heat tolerant than I am.
You know, that's assuming a lot of me, right? I don't like it any more than you, and just because I have a metallic chassis that seems to absorb heat, you could add, I mean, insensitivity. Can't believe this one.
Okay,
Fine, I'll go
I'm
again.
gonna head. Okay,
And
I'm
you're
gonna
head where?
head for.
This will make you like me more than you do.
Where are we heading, MK?
I'm gonna head to some kind of panel or something to see if there's anything because I think I genuinely cannot head for something that's 8,000 Kelvin.
No, that would be very bad for your fleshy bits.
Yeah.
What I would like those of you who are trying to walk to do is go ahead and give me an athletics roll, please. Pairing that with whichever attribute you feel is most
please.
pertinent. And
I do have
since
athletics.
Honey is still firing, if you'd like to continue firing, you can make another weaponry check.
I would love to continue firing.
However,
course.
you're going to be at a complication of 2 thanks to the ship sort of kicking around. And if you fail to resolve that complication, you're going to shoot your own tail.
Well, I never liked that tail anyways, so I have not resolved that complication. In fact, I have 3 7s and a 1.
Awesome. Okay. And what did you get on your athletics roll, MK?
I got 1 success.
Beautiful. Excellent. And how about for our robot? 2 successes.
2.
Excellent. The robot makes his way back to the engine. You're able to open the engine room, and it is sweltering in here for sure. It's very fortunate that you can't feel that because you're certain, based on the way that your outer layer is peeling off, that this heat is not great. Why don't you?
My ceramic coating.
Why don't you go ahead and give
That
me
was extra at the dealership.
a technology roll to see if you can stop the engine from actually exploding. Meanwhile, Aaron, you sort of stumble your way to the bridge, and you realize that there was a power surge that went through the flight controls and basically blew the panel in the captain's face. Captain is unconscious at the controls. There is no the primary control functions are completely fused, knocked out. What would you like to do?
Am I gonna get complications from trying to fix stuff? While I've tried to fix stuff from all this.
Trying to do repairs in there right now, I would say it would be a complication of 1, probably just because you're being jostled around.
Okay. I'm just looking at the cinematics and like, is it worth it to use a cinematic to get rid of 1 complication? I'm not sure it is yet. Let's see. Oh, do we want to call in the fleet? Like there's a 3 rewrite one called It's the Fleet where we can
That'd be pretty that'd be lucky.
yeah, to have somebody jump in to help save us. Like send an off-screen distress call.
Yeah, that would be fine. So it's
Yeah,
a
so
3
I'm gonna-
rewrite one, you said?
Yeah.
All right, so that will bring you down to, if I'm not mistaken, 3 rewrites.
Mhm.
Let me just double check that one real quick here. It's the fleet. Excellent. You have sent the distress call. We'll get there. We'll get there in a moment. 1 second. Just want to do one other thing for our good friends because I forgot to do this good thing for our good friends. And whilst I'm doing that, did you spent for the cinematic? You hit the distress call. You still can make your roll to either try to repair the controls or to try to repair the pilot. Which one would you like to put your attention on, MK?
I think the controls because I have 0 medicine.
Oh, sure.
Although I don't know, is it? Yeah, I think I'll go for the controls. It seems a little cold, but uh, let me see. I'm gonna try.
Saving his life ain't gonna do a whole lot of good if the ship crashes. So
Yep. So I'm gonna try cunning technology again. Uh,
okay,
I don't have bomb.
give it a shot. You are then at this point at the complication of 1, because of the jostling.
I have 2 successes.
All right, so that is sufficient for you to overcome the complication, but then also you are able to put enough of the controls back together that you can very, very, very roughly sort of pilot the ship. It would be more of like you can point it in a general direction. You're not going to be doing any evasive maneuvering. You're not going to be doing any, you're not going to do a barrel roll. Like that's not in the cards for you today. So, but you can. I did throw the tropes up in the Zoom chat. I apologize for those not being there. I thought I had sent them to you. And then, so you botched on yours. Is that correct, Millie?
Oh yeah. I
Wonderful.
fully botched.
The
I got
ship,
3 7s and a 1, looking for 8s.
you gain 2 more
Nice
reruns,
eight,
so
man.
that brings you back up to
Nice,
5.
nice.
And the ship takes 2 more injuries, leaving you at 1 injury. Basically, you blow the back end off, but as you hit the back end, it sort of the part that you shoot off was a relatively non-essential piece of the hull. But it got blown directly into the fire path of a plasma beam that was coming down from the battle cruiser and knocked that piece of the hull into your engine exhaust port, effectively knocking out your navigation thrusters. So now your ship.
No. Honey, to the bridge. We have been shot.
Very, very much so. Give the Dr. Henry Jones defense. I'm not going to lie to you, Sean. They got us.
We've been shot somehow. I can't believe this would happen to us.
All right, you report that you've been shot. What is the robot doing?
Not
there?
me, just the ship.
Right. And what is the robot doing in the engine room?
Trying to get it like not to explode, I think, or turn down some of the heat. Well, I see. This is not good at all. This is very warm. Balls, I'm going to burn up. One moment, please. I'm gonna use a trope. I'm gonna use God.
Excellent.
And I'm going to call the general operation director, or at least the server that runs this, and say, could really use some heat resistant armor coating right now, God.
Wonderful.
Please.
They will add your armor plating. This will effectively.
Oh, I look dope as shit.
This will allow you to. I'll say you can swap any skill with integrity.
I'm going to swap medicine with integrity.
Wonderful. I'm sure we won't need medicine anytime soon. And then you can roll stamina plus integrity for me, please.
All right, here we go. Time to save the day and make people like us, Gabe. That's how we do it, old bean. That's going to be 5 successes. Oh, wait, do 10s re-roll or are they 2?
10s count as 2.
Okay, so that's still 5 successes because it rolled into another one when I re-rolled it.
Awesome.
So, rad. 8, 8, 8, 10.
Wonderful. You are able to bring the temperature down into reasonable operating parameters without suffering any debilitation to your body. The plating worked out beautifully. However,
Perfect.
As you get that down and that alarm klaxon stops going, you notice there are 2 other alarm klaxons going in the engine room. One indicates that the controls in the cockpit are at suboptimal. They're operating at 10% efficiency. and
Hmm.
the other indicates that there is now a hull breach in the rear of the ship.
Oh my, neither of these things are good. Fuck. If only I had 2 arms. 2 arms! My other arm's still upstairs. I did not remember to grab it. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, plug the hull or else we're dead. And I'll try to fix that next.
But might I suggest or will blow?
Yeah.
Roger that.
I should clarify. This is not my fault. We've been mysteriously damaged.
Why would it be your fault? You're perfect in every way. You've done nothing wrong ever in your entire life, darling.
Entirely true. 100% correct. Your analysis is spot on as usual. Oh, plasma blasts.
You get a communication comes in, Aaron. At the communication beacon starts going off. You're getting a subspace transmission in the cockpit.
Okay. I press whatever buttons would.
Right? You reach over and slam the thing as you're trying to work on the controls as well. A little holographic image pops up of a man in a uniform. He says, "This is a general duo of the Galactic Resistance. We got a distress call from you. You're in some sort of trouble."
Yeah, we're under attack, and the hull's about to go out, and our pilot is not doing great. And if you guys could show up and help us, please, please, please.
We can come and extract you. Unfortunately, the nearest battalion I have is about 6 hours away. However, according to the star charts I'm looking at here, if you look out your front view to your left, you should see a planet.
Mhm.
That planet, according to our charts, is habitable. I would recommend trying to land there and wait it out until we get there. If you can set up like a encoded beacon so we can find you, that would be handy. But I don't think you're going to be able to last until we arrive based on your assessment of the situation.
Well, head this way anyway, please.
Oh, definitely. We're sending them on the way, but I would recommend trying to either land on the planet or its moon and hide.
Awesome. All right. So I'm gonna try and steer left.
Excellent. Go ahead and give me a piloting roll, and that would go with probably either dexterity or cunning, but I'm willing to hear other options.
Let me see if I've got any piloting. Nope. So you said cunning or dexterity?
Cunning or dexterity would work. I just want to check real quick. What tropes do you have listed?
Let me see. Technician. I have Eureka, just crazy enough to work, and best in the fleet. Let's see if best in the fleet. That sounds like it.
And what page does it list best in the fleet in?
83.
Wonderful. So, what best in the fleet does for you is while you spend most of your time on the bridge, you know your way around the galaxy. Once per session, you can automatically succeed on a single action to pull off a flashy trick shot or sleight of hand or even fast talk yourself out of a bad situation. I would say you can automatically succeed on this piloting role. You know,
I think that's a good idea if we want this one shot to continue.
if that's how you want your one session to work, that's fine. We'll say that you, rather than relying on piloting, you actually just cross wires to create shorts in the appropriate system to sort of blow up the right shit to point you at the planet. So as our robot is making their way back to the cockpit, like you can see sparks flying out of shit, systems that seem completely unrelated to where the damage is actually from starting to fail. Your targeting view goes out completely down in the gunnery chair.
Not going
Oh
to
my
stop
God.
them from shooting. They're just going to keep shooting.
You're just holding down the triggers and hoping for the best at this point. You
Well, you
all
see, Honey Barted is a telepath, so of course I don't need all of this equipment. The nebulous galactic pressure legally distinct from the Force will guide me.
excellent. In aiming by telepathy, you realize fairly quickly that all the people that you're able to shoot at are all the people in your field of fire are basically like rank and file workers. You're like, I was just trying to install a sewer main on this thing.
Well, pew pew.
And the ship very much sort of kicks sharply to the side as you all start making your way down to the planet surface. Are you taking any actions to secure yourselves or anything else before your unplanned surface landing?
Ooh. Let me see. I mean, hopefully I'm near the pilot's chair, right? I can.
Yeah, you can
You
pretty
see that?
just drop over and strap in pretty easily.
Yeah.
Awesome. I want to make you roll for that. You drop over and
I
strap
feel
in.
like an external turret is probably pretty likely to be annihilated if we hit a planet. So I think Honey's gonna like pop up into the ladder and just like try to brace themselves in that space.
All right, excellent.
Hold on real tight to the ladder.
Go ahead and give me a let's do a might athletics roll. Unless
Sounds
there's
good.
something else that you could argue for going with the athletics there, and
No,
then
but just reading what a couple of tropes did, I don't think I got anything else.
what about
Do.
a robot?
So the robot is going to I mean, is there any way we can plug a hull breach? Is that a thing we can do in this?
Uh, sure. There's a couple things you could drop some. You drop like bulkheads to seal that part of the ship off.
Is there anything important in that side of the ship? Any people? You know what? Screw it. Let's shut it anyway.
All right. Yeah. The only thing
I gave up my medicine. I don't care.
The only thing that's back there is your cargo. So you
Wait, is it good cargo?
Well, you don't know. It's secret cargo.
Secret cargo is really interesting, though. Do I care about secret cargo?
Alternatively, if you leave the breach unsealed, like it's not currently in danger of like decompressing the entire ship. If you stay up in space for much longer, it would start doing that. But
But we're
you're
landing,
rapidly
so
descending. Yeah.
all right, we need to descend more rapidly. I'm going to see if I can put as much power into the engines as possible, even if it's to our detriment.
Excellent. Go ahead and give me a technology roll, please.
What do you think? This is not intellect. This is cunning.
That planet won't know what hit it.
Weak. Oh, actually, holy shit, it won't. 5 more successes? Wait, no, 6.
Oh my god.
10s.
All right. You
Time to fly, bitches! Boom!
You gun it, dividing the power equally between thrust and shields, effectively to increase your chances of surviving. What did you get on your might athletics?
I successfully got 1. Pretty proud of that. I have like no dice on this. So
Excellent. And if I could get just some sort of an athletics might or even I would say athletic stamina at this point from our robot to see if you take any damage in the fall.
Okay. Might. Okay, cool. Weak. That's a fail.
Awesome. So you take 1 injury. So you'll fill in your first circle in the health level at top, which is.
I would like to use a quip.
Yes, go
as
ahead.
I am. You win again, gravity.
Oh, wonderful. You may mark that you get +1 die on your next roll.
Sounds good.
And
I think you also get injury levels give you more dice.
That's true. As your injury level, when your injury level fills up, you get +1 die to your path skills
I
per
my favorite part about this system.
injury section. So, um, the ship hits the ground. You're all rattled around.
Yeah.
It's you're sort of the robot sort of bounces off a couple of walls and lands in the cockpit, just in time to see the pilot get kind of thrown clear of the cockpit through the view glass. The ship kind of spins around a bit as Honey is flung to the cockpit as well. Slams into the already burnt controls, and the ship basically does a 180 and is now facing where it landed. Through the view screen, you can see the unconscious captain. You can see the cargo module that you were transporting now cracked. And you can see that you're in kind of like a bog. It's bubbly. It's foggy. There are dead trees kind of poking up everywhere. But you're all alive. You're on the ground and you're alive.
How do you like me now? How do you like me now?
That went remarkably well.
It went great. Thank you.
I'm gonna go get the captain.
Yeah. Are we gonna start sinking because we're in a box?
That
It feels like, now that you're thinking of it, like, go ahead and give me a cutting integrity or cutting survival roll.
Let me see what mine. Okay, cunning 4 and then survival. Let's see if I got any of that. Oh, I've actually got 2 survival. Imagine that.
Ooh.
I got 3 successes.
Okay. As you're sort of sitting there like wait, and like feeling things, it occurs to you that this bog is muddy enough that yes, you are going to sink, but it's going to be a very, very, very slow process. You're not sure if it's deep enough that it'll submerge the boat, but if it goes at the rate that you're feeling right now, you figure you've probably got about 12 hours until that would happen. So you're
Okay.
expecting the backup within 6, should be probably fine.
Amazing.
Now, was Honey hopping out through the hole to go get the captain?
Oh, 100%. Self-preservation is not an instinct that they have.
All right, give
So-
me a Dex Athletics just to make sure you don't like break an ankle going out the.
That may very well happen. Good dice rolls is also not something that they have. I have one
Right,
success.
you land. It's not graceful. You sort
Yeah.
of land, stumble forward, take a couple steps, slide a little bit on the mud, and then stand up straight and turn straight.
Honey to the bridge. The terrain is muddy.
And just as you sort of look up from this, you see something horrific emerge from the cracked cargo container. Seems like some inky black substance is leaking from that cargo container, and it appears to be snaking its way through the mud toward your captain.
Honey to the bridge. The cargo is evil, probably.
Evil cargo. Is there any kind of weapon on the bridge or anything I can? Is that?
Check your equipment. See if you've got any weapon listed. And I'm going to check your captain's equipment real quick.
Oh. No, I've got just a toolbox.
That's okay. Your captain has a laser pistol, which was not on his hip. It is, in fact, sitting next to his seat.
Oh, great. So I'm gonna aim out the window, I suppose, and see if I can't shoot.
Awesome. Give me a aim and dexterity roll. And whilst this is
Yeah.
going on, what is our robot doing?
The robot is going to retrieve his arm
Okay.
and is then going to assess the situation and see if he is needed anywhere. Because he is a medical bot, although he has given away all the medicine.
As you snap your arm back on, you see Aaron sort of like lean on the control and fire. What did we get at with our roll there?
One success.
So you're targeting I assume the ooze that is moving toward the captain.
Yeah, I'm just sort of
It
screaming like, "Get away from him!"
it parts around your shot. So like as it hits it moving forward the whole time sort of splits and then rejoins itself, heading toward the captain. Let's have Honey. Are you walking toward it? Are you running toward it? What's your plan?
Are there any big old sticks around here?
Sure, there's a big old stick.
That is their plan. They're going to try to hit it with a big old stick.
Wonderful. Go ahead and give me a close combat might roll, please, to hit it with a big old stick.
Sure. I do actually have close combat, but I don't have very much might. So I got 1. Woo!
You swing and it like a what is word? Like a bulbous tentacle comes up out of it and slaps the stick away.
Oh, yeah.
No, what oozes have? It starts with a P.
Like a pseudopod?
Pseudopod, thank you. A pseudopod comes up out of it and slaps your stick away. Right about this time, it reaches the captain, and you realize it's going right past his legs, right past his arms, making its way directly to his face.
You're such a dork.
It's going directly
Honey,
for his face.
Honey
Remove
to the
his
crew,
face
the
at
goo-
once.
The goo is evil and wiggly.
You see it seemingly envelop the lower half of his face and lift him off the ground. The goo parts down the middle, providing 2 very obvious stalks that hang down from face to about 3 feet past his feet, lifting him up off the ground. His eyes rolled back in his head. It says, "I am the dark god Raleigh. You have freed me from my prison. For that I shall let you live." And it turns and starts walking away on the 2 halves of what you now realize are some sort of terrifying alien symbiotic mustache.
Is that fine? Should we let them have him?
Honey to the crew, the goo is fashionable. We probably shouldn't let it eat the captain.
We shouldn't let it eat the captain.
Right?
Also, we should get a raise for this. Nobody told me this was a dark god. God, they really make a
They don't tell you that stuff in my experience.
No.
All right. Gonna sort of trudge through the mud angrily towards it.
He's moving at a remarkable clip. You can try to run after it. Let's see athletics and I would say dex or might, whichever you prefer.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this one goes. I got nothing.
Excellent. You take off and you're like, I don't know if you've ever run through like ankle deep mud before, but it's very much as you're trying
It's
to
what
get
they
through.
use for sprinters on the Olympics, I'm sure.
Yeah, no real. He's just making awesome time.
It's just everything here in about a month.
Is there anything that Aaron or our robot would like to do about this? It's Raleigh flees.
The robot will leap into the water to help and will probably sink immediately like a stone. Or in the bog to help. I've got this.
You do hop in the bog, and you don't sink terribly quickly. It's very thick mud. and you are heavy, but unless you put force down like as you step, you're not going to sink too bad. You will
Okay.
have some complications in trying to navigate through it though. And what about for Aaron?
I'm going to use just crazy enough to work as a trope, and I'm
Excellent.
going to make one of those fan boats
Yes.
real quick out of. I'm going to use that. Going to use uh the parts of the falling off spaceship to make a fan boat, so we can go after our
Excellent.
captain.
I love it. And does it say how long it takes for you to use that trope?
I didn't see a duration. Let me see. When you're short on time and surrounded by an array of mismatched parts or herbs, you can quickly create a plan to make it into whatever device or medicine your crew needs. Once per session, you can turn a pile of junk parts into a usable device, be it a hacking device to get a door open, a new engine for an aging starship, an anti-psychic attack shield, miracle cure, impressive looking guy. So it sounds like I can do it quickly.
Yeah, very much so. You kind of look around and take stock of what's there. You slide out the um, bottom half of a shuttlecraft that was in the middle of being repaired. Grab a ventilation fan from the air processing unit and build yourself an airboat. Uh, so as the other two are sort of like contending with the mud, um, Aaron just flies out the back of the airboat, spins around, and pulls up on you like one of the dreadnoughts from Cobra, and just wanna hop on.
Uh, that would be somewhat faster, yes.
Amazing.
I'm on, theoretically.
Is Honey hopping on as well?
Oh, absolutely.
Glorious. You hop on. You start making your way over the mud very quickly with this airboat. It's very well done. I would ask you to make a piloting roll for me, please. So pilot dexterity. I would let you substitute technology for dexterity since you built this thing yourself with all your weird or technology for pilot. I apologize. But yeah, go ahead and give me that roll. See if you can contend with the mud. It's just a difficulty one. Oh, the robot's got a puppy.
Look what I found in the bog. It probably won't eat metal. Oh, it's letting off some methane.
I feel like this one would eat metal if they could.
Yes,
The
he's
cat's
very
outside me.
sleepy.
I've only got one, but I think that's enough.
That is enough. Yep. So you're zipping along. Everything's going fine, and you get to the edge of the bog, and you see that the bog sort of ends, and there's like a grotto. Um, the mouth is probably big enough that you could take the airboat in if you wanted to, but not much bigger, and you're not sure whether it gets bigger or smaller on the inside. Um, it definitely looks like the creature went this way.
Okay. This will disembark.
All right, you hop off. Do you leave the airboat running, or do you turn it off as you get off?
I think I turn it off so it doesn't wander off on me.
Fair enough. Are any of you doing anything before you go into this cave?
This is a hastily made, kind of trashy looking airboat.
Yes, very much so.
So, what are you doing later? It seems like you really know how to, make your way around. I like them a bit trash. We should go. All right, I see. Let's go. Call me.
Very good. After you get done flirting with the airboat, you all make your way to the mouth of the cave. Do any of you have a means of generating light?
That is a great question.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, maybe my toolbox might theoretically have a flashlight.
Oh, sure. Yeah, your toolbox can have a flashlight. You pick up your flashlight and pop it, and you see the cave is probably goes back 60, maybe 80 feet from the door. It is sort of bulb shaped, with the wider end being at the far end. And you definitely see the captain up against the far end of the wall. You can see that his back is to you. He is still standing on these stalks, but you can also see that the mustache sides have spawned several other tentacles that are like tracing what appear to be strange cave drawings on the inside of this cave, as if like he's rubbing the goo in the cave drawings.
Do you want to speak to him? Should I? I am a master of empathy.
What are you doing?
That also works.
He turns and looks at you and hisses.
I'll get his back.
He says, I am calling to my children. I can feel them. They're close.
Oh, I love a hardworking parent. What are we doing?
Do you need our captain for this? Like, maybe we could just, take him, get off the planet in about 6 hours. Like, is this something you need us for?
I must have a host body.
God damn.
Have you considered not? You seemed to be fine before. Perhaps you could go back into your containment. I enjoy being contained. I have a small containment closet that I sleep in.
I will not.
It's most comfortable.
I will not be imprisoned again.
All right.
What if
not
we were to
into
offer
it.
up some variety of interesting bog creature?
If you
Oh,
bring,
yes, there are many bog creatures. There was a bog dog over here just a moment ago.
if you bring me someone else to wear, that is fine. I will give you back your captain.
Guess we're finding
Seems
a
fair
guy
to me.
Frankly, he is
Oh.
beneath my standards.
Oh, by the way, just as a piece of curiosity, what happens if you find your children? Like, what happens to like the universe and like something beyond this planet?
We will do as all species do. We will propagate. We will spread. We will
Wait,
gather.
you're looking for... Well, you're...
Yes.
Query? Excuse me, pardon me, but were your children sealed away as well?
Oh, yes. In another dimension, I'm quite impressed that they were able to be retrieved. There must be a very wise scientist, or perhaps a very powerful sorcerer on this planet.
Sorcery isn't real. Don't be dumb.
He chuckles, and one of the tentacles points at you, and he shoots a magic blast at you.
Oh, no.
Go ahead and roll
I have
Dex
some-
Athletics, please.
I will.
Oh, no. It's some sort of science we can't yet explain.
All right. Hey. Stop barking at me. Stop barking. So what am I rolling?
Dex Athletics.
Dex and athletics. I have dice for that. So that's Dex and athletics +1 for my quip. I'm going to use another quip. I'm going to use keep your grubby hands off my ports.
Right, so you can use 2 enhancement, and then each one is at +1 right now.
Okay, so those are enhancements, not dice. That's right.
They're enhancements, yep, not dice.
Okay, so yes, I know. 2 + 2, so 4.
Excellent. You dive out of the way as this blast of like glowing purple energy fires past you.
What the balls was that? Some type of psionic energy field, which is absolutely not magic and therefore acceptable?
It must have been.
Whatever your small mind requires.
Excuse me, my mind is a 90 billion teraflop hard drive. Wait, is this a retro game? A 52 megabyte drive.
They said no one would ever need more than 1,024 kilobytes, and then we
And
dreamed.
then they put in my empathy server. Who knew that humans took at least 4 floppy disks to understand?
Whilst you are extolling the virtues of your ginormous galaxy brain that could
The rest is
run,
karaoke music.
Windows 95, you all feel a
Ooh, 95.
tremor,
I sense Kevin Bacon. No.
and then another tremor.
Uh-oh.
How about, could you hold on until we get you a better host, like just an hour or two? Like I
Ideally
just,
6.
yeah, 6 hours would be great. And we can just find somebody. We could just find somebody who
This
isn't
is-
our captain.
Yes, but I believe perhaps my children are coming to me now. There's another tremor, this time a little bit more severe. Yes,
Awesome.
I can feel them.
And that's imminent. It's not gonna be later. Okay.
No, they're
Can I use telepathy to attempt to sense the presence of the children? Because this is science, of course, and not magic.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And that's just that you can just use whenever, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a trope. I get it when it's like a minor thing, I get it for free. Otherwise, when it's like a big plot relevant thing, I think I get it once per session.
Yeah, where you can do like a mind meld or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You sense actually about 19 consciousnesses headed your direction.
Amazing.
I am perceiving 19 consciousnesses approaching our approximate location through the power of science, not magic, notably.
Of course, of course. Magic's for doofuses.
Yeah. Let's get out of the cave and we'll have a talk about how to get you a better host. But we need to do it as a crew.
He turns and walks out of the cave. He says, "My call has been made." And as you step out of the cave, you can all see something very large looming in the fog. A silhouette.
Uh-oh.
It's vaguely humanoid shaped.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna say, are you a sorcerer? Do you happen to be a sorcerer?
He says, "Sorcerer? No, I'm no wizard, but I know them. Are you?" And he steps forward, clear of the fog. And you notice two things. One, this is a giant, well, three things. One, this is a giant humanoid. They're probably 60 feet tall. Their face is somewhat rotten, their eyes sunken in, their skin gray. The second thing you notice is that they are effectively, there are 9 people holding on to their body in various places, hitching a ride on them, effectively. Then you notice that all 9 of these people have some type. Oh, we lost an MK. I'm sure she'll be back. Have some type of playing musical chairs with our faces. Have some
I'm
type.
fine. What are you guys talking about?
about?
MK, you've changed. You look far more animated now.
It's mysterious and strange.
Monster.
It is somewhat contagious being anime, I
Can you guys
believe, in my
hear?
experience.
We can hear you.
Yep.
Yep,
We can
we
hear
lost
you,
for a
yeah.
moment.
Okay. Can you see me?
No, we're
No.
getting just your. There,
Oh,
now
yes.
we can.
Yes, we
Oh,
can now.
now we do.
Yay!
Sorry.
Yay, tech! It's all good.
Tech
So
happens.
there are 9 people clinging to this giant, and each of the 9 people has a mustache in different colors. Some of them are black, some of them are red, some of them are green, some of them are yellow. And the mustaches seem to be moving of their own accord as if they have some sort of malevolent intelligence to them.
I mean, as a mouthy alien, I have to communicate that exactly out loud. Be aware, these mustaches seem to have some sort of malevolent intelligence to them. I can sense it with my non-magical telepathy powers.
My God. What is to happen?
He leans forward and says, "Why? Are you looking for a spell?"
Yes,
just
out of
looking for-
curiosity.
Yeah.
My associates truck with wizardry. I prefer a more direct approach.
Cool. Could you point us to? I mean, I think your associates might not be able to help us. Is there? I hear there's a sorcerer or something on this planet. Well, I'm just looking for. I don't know. I'm looking for something to help me fix my ship. So that's what I'm looking for.
Your ship.
And in case it's not clear, I'm trying to lie through my teeth.
Sure.
Maybe not. Yeah.
Are you sailors?
Something like that. Something like that.
Well, if you are in need, it would be very uncool of me to allow you to suffer. That's my job.
Suffering is your job.
Yes, I am known as the suffering one.
The career opportunities on this particular planet seem quite strange.
I
Yes, very limited indeed.
have work that demands my attention, but my associates can help you. However, they called me here for this thing. May I? And he reaches his hand out toward the captain.
I mean, are you gonna free him, or
Free him, yes, in a fashion.
Oh.
no, not that. Not
Oh,
that
you're
fashion, not
going
that-
to make the
no, no, no,
captain
no,
more
no.
fashionable.
I'm getting very mixed signals here. He says he's got his hand out like over the captain.
So
I
I
mean,
would like
who-
my captain to live. Is the main
Right,
point
yes.
of confusion.
Very well.
You going to remove his fashionable mustache?
If you require, yes. He reaches out and touches his pinky to the mustache. The mustache
Ooh.
climbs up his pinky and starts working its way. You see it crawl under his skin and then start moving like subsurface through the skin up the arm, and then it comes out the rotten hole in his cheek and plants itself across his lip. And he lets out a gasp.
Captain, you live! And that's probably
Imagine
for the best.
the power. And the captain goes, "Yeah, I feel great," and passes out.
Great.
What kind of
Great.
power are we imagining? I love to imagine power. I had some sort
Holy
of
shit, he's going for Thanos. Get him.
He touches the mustache and says, "We are a god." Yes, the warriors of
Of-
legend will stand no chance against me now.
What about a really handsome one with snakes in his hair? I bet he'd fuck you up.
Nonsense.
Sorry,
Can,
system error. Don't know where that came
can I
from.
inquire what kind of gods?
I am
Are you a god of shredded wheat?
still the suffering one, and I am the god of symbiotes. I must be the god of symbiotic suffering.
I would like to use like Eureka to see how bad this is, and maybe if this is if this guy's flammable, if I could get both of those.
Everything is flammable or inflammable.
I mean, if you try hard enough.
Yeah.
So
What's the current engine temperature?
Right.
Eureka. Let's see.
Oh no, I'm sinking into the bog. Oh no. I'm going to let the dog out real quick. I'll be right
Sure.
back.
By all means. And that is a technician
True. Yeah.
trope. So, a critical clue that results in a plot advancing breakthrough. He is flammable, but not like exceptionally so. Like you would need. He's no more flammable than a person. And what was your other? You're trying to get an idea of how bad this is.
Yeah. Is this like something where it's like these are just sinister but normal people, or is it like this could end the universe kind of thing?
Well, he's a giant,
Yeah.
seemingly possibly an undead giant. That's a little weird.
Yeah.
The people that are like wearing the different mustaches around him all seem to be dressed in robes, and you note like as he's sort of taking this in and they're sort of praising him, you know, they're like chanting a little bit, and like some of them are like moving their hands, and you see like the Doctor Strangey sort of occult symbols floating around their hands. Like there's clearly some sort of super science or psychic power going on with these people. They look like they're a dangerous crew, and whoever these warriors of legend are, they're certainly going to be in some trouble.
Okay. All right. I would like to set them on fire. I'm trying to think of how. Uh, let's see. Like if we could bring the engine here or them to the engine, it would be pretty.
That's true.
We could show them our amazing magical devices that are incredibly powerful, but they certainly are too weak to handle.
Yeah, we could like. You know what? I would love to pledge
As
fealty
as
to you
tribute to
guys.
their godlike
Yeah.
status.
Yeah, I think pledging fealty to you guys sounds like a great idea. And I would like to show you what we have to offer back on our ship if you'd like to see it.
Yes, you'd mentioned your boat required repair, and I am definitely a giant of my word. Let us away.
Amazing. Great.
One of them
All right.
sort of like floats over as their mustache extends and scoops up the captain.
Ah,
Yeah, and we'll like put a lasso around the robot and like drag him under the swamp while we.
just carry him with us,
Yeah.
Excellent.
bouncing along the mud. Bonk, bonk.
You start
Skipping across
making
the surface.
your way back. Oh no, you're fine. You start making your way back to the ship. Everything seems to be as you left it. It's sunk maybe a couple of inches in the time that you've been gone.
Great. And everything's still on fire?
Yes, yeah, it's not gotten better.
Great.
He says, "This is an odd vessel. Where are your sails?" and starts getting real close to it.
You know, I
It's
think there's sort of, that engine room that's really hot. There's somewhere in there.
The vessel is controlled by arcane and mystical energies. If you venture within, you'll see and understand them. And I would like to use telepathy to produce an alternate reality that looks very shiny and sparkly and full of crystals and very inviting towards the engine room. That's totally not on fire, and it's mystically amazing.
That would definitely be your once a session
100%,
use
yes.
of that. But sure, absolutely. One of the other symbiotes says, "Oh, let me investigate it, sir." And the suffering one slaps him away and says, "This is not for lesser beings." And kind of crouches his way into the ship and starts making his way back by the engine.
And he's like, sweating with telepathy magic that's totally science. Don't worry about it. I
Are
gotta
you-
maintain the
Yeah.
image.
Are you going to try to do anything to increase? Because the robot did get the temperatures down in there. So while he's going in there, did any of you want to try to like sneak over and increase the temperature, or otherwise sabotage the suffering one as he climbs into the starship?
That does seem like a good.
Are any of the other symbiotes crawling in with him?
He sort of pushed them away. He said this is for only for the superior. It's not for lesser beings.
Hmm.
That's
Okay,
kind
so
of
we've
a
got-
jerk move. I'm also on top of the water again. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got dragged through the mud. Got you back to the ship.
Yeah. Do we think we could take 19 symbiotes, or should we try and lure
It's
them
only 8
all in
symbiotes, and then
Oh, okay.
eight humans, and then 8. The mustaches have their own minds. As the
Okay. That
That makes
that's a
sense.
little more doable.
It's like 8 venoms rolled up on you.
Yeah. And you know, I'm going to say something like, you know, this is a little bit of like a personal trial for them. So I'm going to make sure that none of us get in, and I'm going to start sealing the doors. So just sort of you know, tack welding everything shut, and then we can see if we can kick something on the outside to make it hotter.
All right, you start welding it shut. The go ahead and give me. I would say this is probably going to be like a persuasion or an empathy manipulation roll. Like the welding part, you don't need to worry about. Whether or not the symbiotes notice what you're doing is the part you need to worry about. No,
Sure.
I will let you take an enhancement equal to your bond with Honey, because of the telepathy at work. So, what's your bond with the alien?
I think it's only one, and I'm gonna say in theory it'll work, which should give me another one.
Very good, very good. So you have
Um,
2 enhancement, and then your dice pool.
So I'm gonna. This is probably manipulation and not composure, although I am trying to.
Either one of
maintain a
those,
little-
I could see either one of those as an
Okay.
argument.
Okay, so this isn't actually going to be too bad. So, come on. 3 successes.
Okay, yeah, they're pretty dim-witted, all things considered. So they're just kind of oohing and eyeing, and a couple of them are fighting amongst themselves over who gets to go next. Whilst you're doing that, so you see, Aaron start like welding things shut and sealing the giant into the ship. What would you like to do, Robot?
I would like. Is there an access panel anywhere?
Oh, sure, yeah, absolutely.
I would like to use my. Actually, you know what? I don't even have to do this. I'm just going to plug into it, and I'm going to just start getting ready to turn up the heat
Okay.
again.
Was that you're looking at that trope of yours where you can?
I was going to use universal pass, but it doesn't really apply. Well, then again, I mean, this is a one shot, and like I'm not going to be meeting any other robots probably. So
Yeah, and this keeps you from having to like roll it. You just do it.
I just do it. I will use universal pass. I will stick my robo whatever R2D2 puts in things that sure looks. Yep.
My only question for you. My only question for you is, where does this extend from? Do you have like the RoboCop like middle finger, or is it lewd, or is it?
It's gonna be. You know what? I'm gonna roll a lewd die. And we're gonna see. 6. It's gonna come from like the belly button area.
Right on. It's a little awkward to onlookers, but if they get close, they'll see this.
Suspicious, but not too bad.
Honey, can you not look at me? I can't do this while you're watching.
Sweating while doing telepathy even more.
Can I shut my own senses off with telepathy?
We're spot welding like this.
Is there anything else that you're working through this telepathic message, or anything else that you're trying to do while you're focusing on this telepathy?
Trying to make it real convincing. This is totally like a crystal cavern full of magical bullshit.
Excellent.
Bullshit.
He is mumbling something about how all these artifacts will help him defeat the warriors of legend, and then he can rest. And yeah, sure enough, you start turning up the heat. Are you going to just burn him out effectively?
Yeah, just light him up, burn him down.
Just blow up the
Cook 'em.
ship. We're being rescued, right?
All right.
Yeah, just
He starts. Do you want to actually self-destruct the ship?
I think just burning him. I think just making a big ship oven out of him and cooking this man alive, who we're not 100% sure is actually evil to anybody except for their personal enemies.
Sure,
Okay.
but they're spooky.
They are spooky.
You hear him start to scream. As he screams, the other symbiotes, 4 of them, rush forward, trying to like pry their way in and wind up burning themselves in the process. The other 4, though, turn their attention at you. What treachery is this?
It's a trial. It's a heroic trial that we all go through from time to time. And let's see what kind of tropes we have or whatever to get us out of this.
I can't help you on this one. Oh wait, actually, maybe I can. Hang on. It's one of the non-alien tropes that I have. Nope. Totally can't help. Carry on. You're on your
Let's see
own.
if we-
Don't die.
Let's see if we have a cinematic or something.
Yeah, checking your cinematics is not a bad idea. Let's see what might apply. I mean, you could use space magic that costs 1 to 3 rewrites. Rubber Monster might come in handy. You spend 1 rewrite to basically make one of the enemies leave because its suit stops working.
Okay.
It's rubber suit.
Oh, that's a really cute rewrite. I haven't seen that one before.
Yeah. Let's use one for Rubber Monster and knock one guy out.
All right, so you knock down one of them. They turn like they're getting ready to fight you, and then their mustache falls off, and they cover their upper lip and run off embarrassed. The rest, however, do get to roll their initiative. So you can use the higher of your athletics plus cunning or empathy plus dexterity to roll your initiatives.
Right. Do I have empathy 2 or 3? Let's find out. Only 2. Weak.
Okay.
2.
What was the
1.
first? What was the first pair we could use?
Athletics plus cunning.
And just 1 minute, I gotta let the dog back in. But I got 2 successes.
Excellent.
I only got 1. Womp womp.
Right,
I got 2.
Wonderful. So we'll let you go first since Kelly stepped away. They all got none. So they do turn to you, their mustaches flailing in rage as the smell of burnt hair and cooking dead giant are starting to permeate the air.
Okay, I'm gonna use my pew pew blaster to try and take one of them out.
All right, excellent. Go ahead and roll your dexterity plus firearms.
Four
Okay,
successes. I got 2 10s.
that will hit, and then you get the +1 enhancement for the weapon itself. So that means you deal them 2 injuries. You shoot them with the blaster, and they go yeah, and fall backward. Uh, let's for expedience sake, let's go ahead and pass it over to. Actually, yeah, Kelly's back. So, Robot, what would you like to do? You've just seen Aaron draw a blaster and shoot one of the disciples mid mass.
Oh boy. I thought oh yeah, because they're trying to stop us from blowing up their god, right?
Yes.
Is there any rubble or anything nearby? Any like pieces of metal?
Sure.
I would like to
there's,
pick it up.
There's probably a big rock. There's not any like metal laying around.
Okay. Sorry, I have a dog climbing on me.
Oh, you're fine.
I am going to yeah, I'm gonna pick up a rock and just throw it. That seems like something. That's aim, isn't it? Oh no.
It is. Well, throwing it's athletics.
Oh, then in that case, let's do it.
So might athletics. I'm gonna give you a +1 enhancement for the rock.
Yay.
Are you throwing it at one that's not hurt yet, or are you throwing it at the one that has?
I'm throwing it at one that's been bopped already.
All right, excellent.
Calibrating. Take this, you damn dirty mustache. You're really in my way. 1 success. So that's 2 with the enhancement.
All right. He manages to not gracefully roll out of the way of the rock, but he is not hit.
Hey, that's not fair. Get back in front of the mustache, you jerk. Wait, no, the rock. Get back in front of the rock.
The mustache does like a push-up to lift him up into a standing position. And that brings us around to Honey. What would you like to do?
Honey would like to use their trademark alien neuron smush. Legally distinct. And attempt to use the trademark death grip trope to apply the unconscious condition to one of them, just by going, you've got a little something here, and then pinching them in a slightly different spot than other people might, because it's legally distinct.
You walk up and meh.
I've got 2. Yeah, I think it's a nose pinch. I love the nose pinch idea. I've got 2. I needed a certain amount for this. You got a particular technique or weapon specific culture that will either put unconscious or stun satisfaction condition, an aim or close combat plus force roll. I don't know what plus force means.
Any of your force attributes. So it'd be your choice of.
Ooh, I was using dexterity for this one because I assumed I could be dexterous. Let me do a reroll here.
Sure.
I don't have 2 anymore now. I only have 1, so I do not have enough.
My apologies. Dog is in jail.
That's okay. Would you like?
What if I were to use rewrites to reroll some of these cool dice?
Yeah, you can. You can even just spend rewrites for straight enhancement. I'll allow it.
Let's do that instead. Then let's go. We just need the 1 more.
All right, excellent. You that brings you down to, if I'm not mistaken, 2 rewrites left in the pool.
I think so.
You pinch the one's nose. The mustache falls off of it and starts flopping about in the bog as he falls unconscious.
Should have pinched the mustache. I didn't think this through. Here we go, baddies.
The baddies are going to attempt to grapple each of you with their mustaches. 3 baddies, 3 of you. Seems good. The first one, attacking the robot. 2, 3, 5. So our robot buddy, you would get to roll your. Okay. I did you wrong earlier when we were fighting because the quick rules are a little different. You start with a defensive 1. If you have any enhancements from armor, equipment, psychic training, or special abilities, that would increase that amount. Then you will roll your stamina using your and whatever your defense rating would be. So whatever it is with armors and whatnot.
So you add the 1 into the dice pool?
Yep. And because you specified that you were doing like an armor plating, you'll add your integrity to that too.
Hell yes.
So go ahead and give me a roll.
I
of
traded
that.
my medicine, so. Quick! That's 0 with a 1.
Oh, wonderful! You gain 2 rewrites as they reach forward with the mustache, and you're like,
Bring it! Bring it!
like,
I'm not afraid of your.
What is that waxed piece of hair going to do to me? Oh, and then it pokes like through your oral port, drives its way down into your chest, and like bursts forth, like kind of like does like this number, and then eventually pops out and forms like a hand puppet and starts singing, "Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime." Yeah. And you take 5 injuries.
Holy shit. I would.
So we're all gonna die, by the way. just so you're aware.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm near death. Do we use the last ticked or the first empty for this one?
So it's the last when the thing is filled, that's when you get the extra bonus dice.
Okay. So I've got 1 more health box left. Good to know.
All right.
Ooh.
The next one that's standing is going to go ahead and attack Honey, and then Honey, you have the defensive 1. You may add your stamina to that. It's a physical attack. You don't have anything that counts as armor, right?
Nope.
All right. So yeah, go ahead and roll your stamina +1.
I have 2.
All right, you deftly dodge out of the way, seeing what the horrors that have been inflicted on your robot. You're like, duck out of the way. The third one.
You will have to do better than that to defeat my mind defenses.
Third one makes its way over to Aaron. Aaron, go ahead and roll your stamina +1 plus any sort of other armor you may be wielding.
I don't have any stamina, but I'm gonna also say like a leaf on the wind.
Oh no, is that one of your quips?
Yeah, it
you
is.
may have an enhancement of 1.
So you're gonna die first, is what you're telling us.
Well,
wow.
Think about it. I mean, Wash used it probably 4 or 5 times, you know, and then burnt the quip out.
I got 2.
Excellent. You say like a leaf on the wind and like smack it just at the last moment, smack it out of the way. They got 2 as well. That brings us to the top of our order. What would you like to do? It is your action for Aaron.
I'm gonna shoot him again. I'm gonna try and hook him up.
All right. Are you saying anything before you fire?
I don't know if I can do like a leaf on the wind again.
5 times, up to 5 times.
Yeah, like a leaf on the wind.
Now you get 2 dice. Go ahead. Go ahead and give me your aim plus dexterity +2. Plus whatever you, and then you get enhancement for whatever your
Oh yeah, the gun's probably so I don't have the stat for the gun on my thing.
Oh, it's +1. +1.
Okay. So 1 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 60, 10. That's pretty good.
And remember though, your gun is enhancement. The quips are extra dice.
Oh, okay. So I
So you have +2 dice from using the quip the second time, and then whatever your normal aim dexterity would be, and then you get 1 automatic success if you hit.
Okay, so that's 1, 2. So aim's 1. Sorry, 1, 2, 3. So yeah, it's 5 to 10, and then enhancement.
And
so that's.
Are you Are you attacking the one who attacked you, who you attacked?
Yeah, the one I've already kind of screwed up a little bit.
Right.
So I've got 2. Or
X.
no, but actually 3 because I've got the enhancement.
Wonderful. So you fire the blaster, and he ducks just like you singe the hair on his on one side of his mustache, severing it off. It like lets out this horrific screech as it turns to dust and falls at his feet. But he seems otherwise unscathed. And that brings us over to Robit. What do you got, Robit?
Oh boy, I'm very badly damaged. When you so what is the bonus that I get for being maimed?
So every time you fill up one of those rows, it's a +1 die.
Nice. Okay. So I guess
But that only applies to your path skills, just so you're aware.
oh, only to path skills.
Yep.
Well, I am going. Well, no one's getting out of this alive, least of all me. Don't worry, guys. I've got this. And I'm going to try to make a technology. I'm going to try to. I don't have the self-destruct quip or trope, but I think I'm going to try to self-destruct.
Oh, okay.
Like run into this and blow up.
I'll let you use self-destruct if you want to.
Oh yeah, let's do that. How does that work? Checking the rule.
So you initiate a self-destruct sequence to destroy your physical body. When you self-destruct, you destroy an area up to long range after 3 rounds to give your companions a chance to escape. Whether this also destroys an enemy ship is up to the director. You have no fear of the consequences since you won't be around to see it. Besides, a microchip holds your memory and what you believe is your soul. Your companions can insert that chip into a new drive for the sequel or the epilogue.
Here, take my microchip. It protects me by the way of Robo Jesus. And he will cross himself in the robotic way.
Of course.
And will Our Father, full of bits, binary be thy name. And he'll start saying the operating system's prayer.
Excellent. Are the two of you going to run as a result of this?
Yeah, let's take the memory data bank and book it.
All right.
This planet sucks.
You take off running as best as you can. I'm going to make each of you go ahead and give me a roll. Obviously, the other disciples of Mustachio are all convening on the robot, just trying to tear him apart. They've gone feral. But I still need an athletics dexterity roll. I need a total of 3 successes.
Ah,
And you have 3 rounds.
great.
If you botch, your difficulty will go up as opposed to down.
I love this for me. I definitely have so many athletics. So many.
Sorry, MK, you're muted. What was up?
Oh, you're still muted. I think you're muted on Zoom.
I'm gonna say like a leaf on the wind again because I have no I have no athletics.
Your captain, who is over your shoulder, mumbles, "What does that even mean?"
I'm gonna use "Don't Panic" for my run. Do the same thing. It means don't panic.
Yeah, it's good luck.
All right, so you're +3 dice and you're +1 dice. So go ahead and
Okay.
go ahead.
I got 1.
All right, excellent. So that's your first round. You can repeat your quip on subsequent rounds. So
just every few seconds, don't panic, don't panic, don't panic.
And what did you get for your first round, MK?
I botched.
Awesome. All right. So let's go ahead and roll again. We have difficulty 4 for you now, and then but you do get, because you get to leaf on the wind again, so you get
No, Aaron, run away from me, not toward me.
And you go ahead and roll again as well with another +1 die for honey.
I got 5. Sorry, go ahead.
All right. Awesome. No, you're good. You get clear and like dive over a rock, and you, as you look up from behind the rock, you can see Aaron running, captain over her shoulder. Give me that last roll, and now you're at +5. This would be the last time you'd be able to use the quip.
Yeah. One success.
That is enough. You dive over the edge as well, and because you got 5 successes, you gain directorial control, Bunny. So, is there anything you would like to have happen at the end of this scene, just before your friend explodes?
Where maybe we're in a specific bog where there happens to be really upsetty spaghetti trees on occasion. And I think we should dive over the rock directly into an upsetty spaghetti tree that would wail about the tragedy of all of the things, and would be very distracting while we sneak away.
Of course, absolutely, you do so. The tree is like, this has been so terrible to witness.
You're so terrible to witness.
The sheer pathos of it. The little robot man gave his life for his companions. It's so sweet. Shut up, Larry. This is the 9th time we've seen something like this happen. In 300 years, yes.
Sneak.
You sneak off. There's a massive explosion, destroying not only
Boom.
the disciples and their symbiotes, but the physical body of the suffering one, and most importantly, Raleigh, the god of the symbiotes. Shortly thereafter, your rescue ship shows up. They load the survivors in, and as you fly back out into space, you do see that the galactic destroyer that was following you was blown up by the fleet that is out there. Are there any last moments with our characters as you fly off, headed back to the rebel base?
Like we should high five. Bam.
I
Excellent.
want hazard pay. Oh, we should get our we should get him a body. We should give him a body. I guess I start looking for rubble to start building him a body. Like some pieces.
What if we put him into the hoverboard thing? He seemed rather enamored with it.
Oh, that got blown up.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
What if we made another one?
You sort of build him a temporary body out of like what you find laying around.
Like a coffee pot. And yeah.
Excellent. You turn to Philip Jeffries from Twin Peaks: The Return. You're now in a teapot. Mild spoilers, I guess.
Do a nice little wolf whistle.
He boots
Well,
up. and
hello
says,
there, refrigerator.
We're not going to talk about Judy. And the camera fades to black and credits roll. But the credits are interrupted. As we see the camera panning over the swampy ruins where the blast had gone off. And in the distance, we hear as a pig runs onto screen. The pig, bearing a symbiotic mustache, starts digging around in the mud, not far from the site of the explosion, where he finds what appears to be is that a humanoid corpse that he's dragging free from the mud? And that humanoid corpse is missing one hand. And the camera just zooms in on the pig's face as he backs up to that stump and goes credits.
This ending was a little bit ham-fisted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By which I mean, what?
Everyone's favorite arch nemesis, ham-fisted.
I used that to cover my dramatic outfit swap.
It was nice. The undead symbiote animated ham-fisted will return.
I hate and love this in equal measure. I'm very excited.
Any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns about today's session of They Came from the Cyclops' Cave by way of the Interstellar Starship?
No, it was fun.
Yeah, this is fun. Thank you for running.
Thank you for being here. I had a blast playing it. It was nice to be able to tie something from They Came from the RPG Anthology, which is now available in POD and PDF. Go grab your copy. It's wonderful stuff. 11 genres of play, quick play rules that we used today. Also has the complete Story Path Ultra system included in the book. And I do believe a chapter or two that was written by you. Is that correct, MK?
Yeah, 2 of them. I did the Heights chapter and the Romance chapter.
That's
So I've
awesome.
got range.
I love it. We are also my biweekly Wednesday game that was until we had our TPK 2 weeks ago was a Pugmire game. TPK is a bit extreme. They fought a vampire and kind of most of them got turned into vampires is how it ended.
That's not TPK. That's a kill.
I mean, it's like a TP UK. You've been like unkilled. Maybe.
They became the brides. The Lord Hountain or Lord Transylvania Hound had a bunch of cat brides, and they were playing. All of them were cats, but one. So they became his new cat brides, effectively.
Nice.
But since we decided that was a wrap on that, we have now decided we're going to be running an ongoing series in that time slot bi-weekly on Wednesdays, where we'll be going through most, if not all, of the genres, and They Came from the RPG Anthology. So make sure you don't miss out on
sounds
that.
like fun.
Yeah, we'll be doing our production meeting and then the episode, and then the production meeting and then the episode. So tune in, hang out, check that out. We will be back here, all things being good, in 2 weeks' time, to return to our regular heroes who will be facing one of the big bads in a new form. The suffering one has shuffled loose a physical body. What does that mean? That means I need to figure out how to stat a giant ghost. But there will be no shortage of corporeal danger with the return of the zombie of Ham-Fisted. I know people are. This is a big deal. This is like the Joker coming back.
Yeah, I'm here for it. That guy was wild. Wait, I guess it's sort of like the symbiote zombie ham-fisted because the mustache is into the mix here as well. So
Right.
it's like,
so really,
it's the crossover. The crossovers are crossing over. And
the interesting thing about it is the pig is the one who's actually doing the piloting.
Oh.
that might improve. That might improve its odds this time. Like,
it's true.
I don't mean to speak ill of the Annihilated, but like that guy was not good at doing evil.
No.
So, but the pigs are possibly the true villains.
It's true. That may be the big reveal
Good work.
for the back half of the season. But
I look forward to it.
that said, you can have 5
Minecraft.
experience points for your Cyclops escape characters.
Woo!
So thank you for being here. Since we're at the end, let's go ahead and do our outros. We'll kick it off this time with Kelly. Please tell us who you are, what you do, who you were playing, your pronouns, their pronouns, and anything you would like to promote.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kelly Clark. I use he and him as my pronouns. I was playing Gabe, the emotional support droid, today, who used. I think he was programmed to use he and they today, but he's non-binary. Strangely, besides that,
It's trinary, obviously.
He's trinary. Ooh.
Ooh.
So I am the host and main game master over at Dorktales, which is a channel that you might have heard of if you're a fan of Onyx Path. Go check us out. We got a bunch of great stuff, and convince me to run more games, or don't.
For sure, absolutely. And speaking of running more games, Millie, your pertinence, please.
Oh my gosh, that's my middle name. Running more games. Hello, I'm Million Bunny Artichino. They and them are my cool Hodam pronouns. I was playing Honey Barted, the legally distinct, totally not Bunny Vulcan. And this was a ton of fun. You can find me at twitch.tv/bunnyhearted, not Honey Barted. That one's evil. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. And last
Thank
but
you so much for having me.
last but never least, MK, your pertinence, please.
I'm MK Anderson. I personally use she, her, she, they, whatever. I was playing Aaron, the technician. I think I had a last name. I don't remember it, but that was she, her.
It was like
I'm
Space Duster or something. I don't remember.
yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I'm like I say, former uh, managing editor Onyx Path, current editor at a light novel / comics company, and I guess a writer of a couple of chapters of the game we played today. So
Yeah.
please pick up. They came from the RPG Anthology. We worked really, really hard on this one. So
It shows. It is a really good book. It's very solid. It's effectively 11 games in one, and yeah, it looks pretty. The games all run smooth. They're all interchangeable. So if you wanted to do like we made a couple Firefly jokes in this, but if you wanted to do like a straight up Firefly, you could mix Cowboys Gulch with Interstellar Starship, for example, right?
if you wanted to play Star Wars, you could mix Heist with Interstellar Starship.
Right, yeah,
So
because you got to steal the plans from the Death Star.
that's right.
Exactly. So there's lots of stuff in there. Definitely go pick it up. And a reminder that Drive Through RPG's print on demand prices will be increasing on the 1st of April. So if you're looking to get a POD copy of that or of our other recent releases, The World Below is out now, and it's beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Are they going up a lot?
The yes. The sharpest prices increases are going to be for black and white books, oddly enough.
Oh, that actually weirdly makes sense because of where they print
Is that
black and white.
yeah,
That they print them different places. So that does make
gotcha.
sense to me. So
Gotcha.
but I also edited The World Below, and yeah, it's I don't want to play favorites, but it's definitely one of my favorites
It's really good.
that I got to work on. Yeah.
All around, it's a solid book. I got to work on the powers of it, and I got to do the layout, basic layout for it.
Oh, that's
Nice.
cool.
So yeah, it is a beautiful book. Now, don't get me wrong. Like the beauty of that book is all Mike Chaney's design. I just filled in the stuff after Mike did the hard part. So all praise to Mike for it. But yeah, it's just a beautiful book. It's really good. Go pick it up for sure. And yeah, I will be back here on the channel. I don't think I'll be back here again until they came from the RPG Anthology. They came from Beneath Capes and Cowls, which will be 2 weeks or a week from next Wednesday. Our base premise is they're all playing supervillains in a world where all the superheroes just got killed by a horrible threat. So they're like, well, we live here, so I guess we got to save the place. So that ought to be fun, kind of Suicide Squatty a little bit.
That sounds delightful, honestly.
I think it'll be a good time.
Sounds good.
Yeah, one of our characters is like a Bizarro clone of like the setting Superman. So he's gonna be saying like all the stuff like he would, but sarcastically, I guess. Should be fun. But yeah, thank you all for being here so much. Take care of yourselves and each other. Head over to Dork Tales. They're gonna be streaming shortly. And
7 hours. Let's
we will
go.
see you again real soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye.